Charles Strouse, a master composer whose melodies became part of the soundtrack of American theater and television, passed away at the age of 96 at his New York City home. His death marks the end of a remarkable era of Broadway creativity. With a career spanning over 5 decades, Strouse wrote some of the most recognizable songs and musicals in the history of American entertainment, including the iconic Annie, Bye Bye Birdie, and Applause. His work combined musical sophistication with joyful accessibility, and his legacy will continue to shine on stages and screens for generations to come. Strouse's breakthrough came in 1960 with Bye Bye Birdie, a groundbreaking musical comedy that marked his Broadway debut. Teaming up with lyricist Lee Adams and librettist Michael Stewart, he crafted a vibrant, rock-influenced score that captured the zeitgeist of a changing America. The show told the story of a teenage heartthrob being drafted into the Army, a clear parody of Elvis Presley, and its lively energy, charming characters, and irresistible songs captured audiences instantly. Despite initial struggles to find backers, the production finally secured funding when a Texas oilman named L. Slade Brown was won over by the song Put on a Happy Face. The check he wrote helped launch rehearsals and bring the musical to Broadway, where it became a hit and later inspired both a feature film and a television remake. This success paved the way for Strouse to explore a wide variety of projects, including several collaborations with major stars of the day. In 1964, Strouse and Adams wrote the score for Golden Boy, a musical adaptation of the Clifford Odets play, tailored specifically for Sammy Davis Jr. The creative process for that show was unusually intense, as Davis's team insisted on final approval over every lyric and note. This meant that Strouse and Adams had to travel frequently, following Davis across the globe to present him with new material. Despite the grueling process, the result was a unique and memorable show that allowed Davis to shine on stage in a way he never had before. In 1970, Strouse achieved another major success with Applause, a musical based on the story that inspired the classic film All About Eve. The show starred screen legend Lauren Bacall in her musical debut, and she dazzled audiences with her portrayal of the imperious Margot Channing. Strouse and Adams received Tony Awards for the score, and Bacall took home her own Tony for Best Actress. This collaboration marked another high point in Strouse's career, and his ability to help non-musical stars transition successfully to Broadway became one of his trademarks. Yet of all Strouse's work, none had a greater impact than Annie, the 1977 musical adaptation of the Little Orphan Annie comic strip. With lyrics by Martin Charnin and a book by Thomas Meehan, the show struck a chord with audiences thanks to its heartfelt story, lovable characters, and unforgettable songs. Andrea McArdle played the spunky title character, and Dorothy Loudon gave a Tony-winning performance as the wicked Miss Hannigan. It's the hard knock life, you're never fully dressed without a smile, and especially Tomorrow became instant classics. The show ran for over 2,300 performances on Broadway and has been revived and adapted many times, including in films and televised productions. For Strouse, Annie was more than just a hit, it was a cultural phenomenon. Even late in life, he remained emotionally connected to the show. During a 2024 audition for a touring version of Annie, director Jen Thompson recalled Strouse watching a young girl perform Tomorrow and becoming visibly emotional. As he clasped her hand and whispered, "That was you. That used to be you," it became clear that the musical's themes of hope and resilience remained deeply personal to him. Strouse's influence extended well beyond the stage. In 1971, he co-created the theme song for the television series All in the Family, Those Were the Days, a wistful and ironic tune that became one of the most iconic opening numbers in TV history. His reach continued into modern music culture when rapper Jay-Z famously sampled It's the Hard Knock Life in his 1998 hit of the same name. The track, part of Jay-Z's Grammy-winning album Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, introduced Strouse's work to a new generation and demonstrated the lasting versatility of his melodies. Other modern artists, like Lucas Graham, incorporated his compositions into contemporary pop hits, further cementing Strouse's cross-generational appeal. Of course, no artist's career is without missteps. Strouse experienced his share of disappointments with Broadway flops such as A Broadway Musical, which closed after one performance in 1978, and Dance a Little Closer in 1983, a short-lived project with Alan J. Lerner. Additional shows, like All American, It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman, and Bring Back Birdie, failed to achieve the success of his earlier work. Nevertheless, even in these less successful outings, Strous's music often stood out. The ballad Once Upon a Time from All American, for instance, remains one of the most touching love songs in the Broadway canon. Another lesser-known favorite of his was I and Albert, a musical about Queen Victoria that had a short run in London but held a special place in his heart. Strouse also composed for film, writing scores for Bonnie and Clyde and The Night They Raided Minsky's, further expanding his creative reach. One of his later stage efforts, Minsky's, revisited the world of burlesque and was a long-gestating project that finally saw the stage in Los Angeles in 2009. Though it never made it to Broadway, the production exemplified Strous's enduring commitment to musical storytelling and his refusal to stop working even in his later years. Born in New York City in 1927, Strouse nurtured his musical ambitions from a young age. He studied composition at the Eastman School of Music and continued under the guidance of greats like Aaron Copland and Nadia Boulanger. A pivotal early opportunity came in the form of writing songs for summer camp revues in the Adirondacks, where he wrote, orchestrated, and rehearsed songs overnight. It was exhausting work, but he loved every minute of it, a testament to his devotion to his craft. Even into his 90s, Strouse remained active, visiting productions of his shows and mentoring new generations of performers. He believed in the power of creative activity as a life force, and he was quoted in 2008 as saying, "I work every day. When you enjoy doing what you're doing, which I do very much, I have something to get up for." Charles Strous's death follows the passing of his beloved wife Barbara in 2023. He is survived by 4 children, Ben, Nick, Victoria, and William. Though he has left the stage, his melodies remain echoing in the halls of theaters, on film and TV screens, and in the memories of all those who have sung, danced, or simply smiled to his music. His life's work reminds us that optimism, expressed in song, can be a powerful force, one that outlasts even time itself. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more updates on celebrity deaths and news updates.